Well, I've been here for about a little over 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been driving over the road for 4 years, and before that, I drove locally.
Okay.
For an excavation company, part-time. The first 30 years of my life, I was a carpenter building houses.
Oh, okay.
And I got my CDL about 15 years ago when the housing market crashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that full-time for a little while, and then I went back to building houses, and then I just started to go out on the road.
Why did you decide that Anderson was the company that you would go with at this point in your career?
Well, I had to start at a company because I had no over-the-road experience, so I started at a different company for a year. And the guy that trained me pointed out, oh, there's an ATS truck. He said that's one of the best companies to work for. So after like a year and a half, I decided to switch companies, and that's the company I decided to go with.
Okay.
I mean, I heard good things about it, so, you know, I heard they paid well, which was basically the most important to me. And they do a lot of cool freight. Yeah. I mean, I've done all the Falcon 9 rocket engine, and helicopter, and military equipment.
Are you thinking about like moving up in class because of that?
I've moved up since I started. I was a class 1, I think it is. No, class 4. Now I'm a class 2. A couple more loads, I'll be a class 1.
And I think what's the top, like a 1A?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's doing the blades, I believe.
And you know, the option to always move down in classes there too?
Yeah, well, I mean, I do loads, you know, I want to be at the top so I can get the good loads, you know what I mean? And I mean, I got to do whatever I get, whatever comes along.
Right.
But,
as a lease driver, do you have forced dispatch?
no.
Okay.
No, I get to pick and choose my loads.
How do you like that?
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit about why you like working with Vicky and how that relationship is?
Well, you know, it's funny, when I was in training, orientation, a bunch of guys said, oh, hopefully you get this dispatcher, Vicky, she's been here for a long time, she really knows what she's doing. And I ended up getting her, so I was like, all right, you know, stuff's working out here. Good so far. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know, more, you know, she knows more about all the freight and everything than I do. So I rely on her a lot to pick loads that pay well and going to put me in a spot where I'm going to get another good load.
Right.
So she really knows what she's doing, and she's been here a while, so I was lucky to get her for a dispatcher.
I'm not surprised that people were saying that. It sounds like Vicky really is a sought-after fleet manager.
Yeah, you know,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was excited.
Good.
I mean, I had no idea who I was going to get when it.
I mean, that's a huge chunk of your day is just who you deal with.
Right. Yeah, she's easy to deal with, friendly, funny.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I like to work with Vicky and find her drivers to interview.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, a lot of them are her fleet.
She probably has a pretty good fleet.
Yeah, they're happy. So I guess I would like to talk to you a little bit more in depth about your experience with the Lease program.
Okay.
So could you just tell me like what program you're in, like how long your lease is? Are you purchasing? What type of things?
Well, I plan on purchasing. I'm in a 4-year, what they call a long-term lease right now. I just signed at least 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I plan on buying the truck.
What are you driving?
I drive a Volvo.
What year is it?
2020.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it had 200 miles on it when I got it. It's only got like 11,000 on it now.
Okay. That's exciting.
It's nice that I don't have to worry about if I break down.
Right.
I'm going to get the truck fixed. You know, it's going to cost, it comes out of my pocket, but at least I know if I don't have enough money to fix it, they're going to fix it and get to pay it. You know, I don't have to worry about being down.
Yeah, for sure.
And not making any money.
Okay. What did you start with? Did you do like the 1-year lease or anything?
I did the 1-year lease, and then I re-signed another 1-year lease with the same truck. I was going to do it again, but they said I had too many hours on it, so I had to get a new truck.
Could you tell me why you decided to do the 1 year versus just jumping into company or jumping into the long term?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think I had to do the 1 year. I mean, or a company driver had to do a 1 year. I couldn't do a long term at first.
Okay.
I think that's how it worked.
Okay.
Which ended up working out great because I got a $4,000 bonus.
You got a bonus?
At the end of the lease.
Oh, like a completion?
Completion bonus, you know.
Okay.
And my lease went by. I did it for a year and a half before I signed the next lease, so I actually got like a $5,800 bonus. So that was a nice check right before Christmas too. I was like, yeah.
In your own words, could you just tell me like the pros and cons of being a lease operator?
Well, some of the pros, I've been self-employed most of my life, so I like feeling like I'm in control when I can go home, and I like the way the pay is. It's by the load, so the more loads you do, the more money you make.
Okay.
That's a big bonus for me. Cons, can't really, nothing
Are
really
there
comes
any
into.
things that could be seen as challenges for someone that's thinking about doing the lease or just being a lease operator? Like, for example, I know one might be just keeping books and putting money aside.
Yeah, I mean.
So there's those type of things.
Yeah, I haven't had any problem with that. I mean, I think it's just as easy as being a company driver, to be honest with you.
Nice.
You know?
Do you feel like the earning potential is the same or better? Or what do you think?
I feel like it's better, but I've heard company drivers say it's easy, less headache, but I don't feel like I have much headache at all, to be honest with you.
Okay, nice.
You know? I like to run, I just keep going.
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of have to hustle to make money.
Absolutely.
You know?
Oh, could you tell me, so what's home time like for you in your position?
Well, I basically can go home anytime I want.
Oh.
As a lease driver.
Okay.
But I mean, if you don't stay out for a few weeks at a time, it's real hard to make money. I stay out for like 4 or 5, up to 8 weeks sometimes. Okay. And then I'll go home and take a week off or 2 weeks off. Usually Christmas time, I take 2 weeks off. You know, so I mean, basically I can go home. I mean, if I was in California, I decided I want to go home, I could go home, but I was going to have to pay for the fuel to get there, so.
Okay, so you would like deadhead.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I like the feeling and knowing that I'm in control of when I can go home, and
Yeah.
you know, if you go home too much, you're not going to make any money. All you're going to be doing is paying the truck, and you don't make a profit. So you gotta stay out for a while.
That's a really good mentality. I know some people really struggle with staying on the road for such a long time.
Yeah, it's not. You know, I think the people that want to be home all the time, it's not a job for them. Because you can't go home every weekend, or you won't make any money. My opinion. That's my opinion.
No, I think that's a fact.
You know.
You're with CES?
CES, yes.
I know with the TAP program, you're restricted to only leasing from the Freightliner.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's kind of to each their own, but I've had some benefits from that as well.
Right. Yeah, I guess there is. I like the Volvo. It's got a lot of room, and I got a dog with me, so I need that room.
How is it like being on the road with a pet?
I get a little stressed out sometimes, only because it's messy. Dog hair. If you can't live with dog hair, then, which I can take, I guess. I don't like it.
Gotta wear white.
No, yeah. I'm covered in everything I own is covered in dog hair. I got a vacuum in there, and I vacuum in, you know, like a dust buster. I got actually from, you know, Driver's Appreciation. You know, every year so I sell the dust buster. I have to charge that thing every single day because it's just
used so much.
Yeah. So.
Well, how do you feel about just having the companionship though?
It's good. I mean, yeah, it's nice having someone with you. Right. I mean, I didn't have a dog for like 3 months, and it was kind of weird not having one. Right. You know?
It's a little quiet.
Yeah. Plus, you know, he's a puppy now, but he also is good protection. You know, late at night when you park somewhere that's not that great of an area, right. You know, he'll know when someone's snooping around the truck.
What does he do?
He barks. Well, my last dog did. This guy does. He doesn't. He's a puppy.
Getting there.
Yeah. Nice. He doesn't even bark. He's barked like 5 times since I've had him. 5 barks.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now.
I know. I'm like, when I first got him, I'm like, I don't know if there's something wrong with this guy. He doesn't bark at all.
I mean, yeah, I would feel really protected at a truck. Like some of the truck stops, I don't know how you can sleep there.
Yeah. I mean, not even truck stops. Just like in the, you know, I don't know, and you know. Places that you,
the weird delivery spots.
Yeah, that's what. I actually blew 2 tires out in New York City around Thanksgiving. Yeah. Wow. So.
So I have to ask, how did you handle that situation? What did you do?
I was in an area I couldn't back up. I couldn't go. I could only go forward. So I knew the tires were going to hit it was a Jersey barrier, and I just had to go. I had to keep going forward.
Okay.
So. you know, I was at the place I was getting unloaded, so I was able to get the weight off the trailer, and I was able to drive home with 2 outside tires blown.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it just had a
Gosh.
cut in it, but there was no weight on the trailer, so it wasn't really, you know, there's like 2, 2, and then 2 and 2, so there was,
Right.
then I got it fixed, you know, came out of my pocket because it was my fault for hitting the,
Oh, no.
yeah, so, I mean, that's what happened. And I
Okay.
think it had a metal stake in it, and I think that's what it hit. And, you know, I got one guy directing me, you got it, keep coming. You know, and there's literally this much room on each side of the truck. You couldn't slip a piece of paper between the truck and the cars on the road. It can get stressful.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it takes like a certain type of
But you just
person to
gotta,
handle that.
you know, take a
Okay.
deep breath, relax,
Right.
keep going.
We're professionals.
Right.
We can handle this. Are there certain tips that you would offer to make that process easier for someone considering switching to the lease side?
I would say sometimes the big money loads that you see you don't end up making as much as the short loads because you got more cost in fuel because they're longer. It takes you all week. You only get one load done.
Yep.
And then, you know, you get the truck cost and the fuel cost and the maintenance cost. And, you know, it might be a big load that pays $5,000, but if you started on Monday and you finish on Friday, most of that money goes to the truck.
Okay. So do you look at those short loads a little
Yeah,
more
like
closely?
those big loads, I would say those are great for over the weekend. Pick it up on a Friday, Thursday or Friday, and finish on a Monday. That way you have a whole rest of the week to get another load done. And that's how I look at it. That's how way I feel like I make the most money. You know.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, short loads can pay pretty good if you hustle and you keep moving and get them done.
Right.
You can make. I feel like I make a lot of money off some of the short ones.
If you're comfortable talking about your pay, could you tell me a little bit about how you feel your pay is here at Anderson versus like other experiences with other companies?
Yeah, well, I make a lot more money than I did at the first company I worked for. I was a company driver there. I made very little per mile. I came here and, you know, I was making $700, $800, $1,000 would be a great week at this other company. Here, a good week for me is like $4,000 a week.
Really? Are you exaggerating?
No,
Really?
2 weeks ago I made $4 grand. 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then you know, then I'll make $1,800 or $2,500. Then there's weeks though that I make zero. You know, I make enough just to cover the truck expenses. So there is weeks that you don't make anything, but those big weeks, man,
Yeah.
put a smile on your face, you know?
I bet. Makes you feel good.
Yeah. I mean, over the course of the year, if you can eliminate the weeks that you make it the little tiny amount, you can make a lot of money, I feel like.
Would you have, I don't know, some bullet points on what you would do just to ensure that like an inexperienced driver knows what they're doing on the road?
Yeah. First thing, keep your window and mirrors clean so you can see. You just got to pay attention to everything going on around you. You know, you take your eyes off the road for a second and you could be in the breakdown lane or in another lane, so
Yeah.
you just got to keep your eyes open and drive the speed limit, you know.
Absolutely. I know with the heavy haul guys and the flatbed guys, they always like to talk about how, like, imagine your family was in the lane next to you.
Yeah, right.
That type of thing.
Yep, yeah.
So,
Yep, yeah, definitely.
okay. Do you have any like securement tips or like things that you focus on to ensure that your securement is safe?
Yeah, that's the most important thing, because you don't want to, obviously you don't want to kill anybody on the road, but you also don't want to kill yourself out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I just tie everything down
All right.
a little bit extra, you know?
A little extra?
A little extra for myself.
Okay. Just gives you peace of mind?
Yeah.
You're not looking in the mirror like,
No, you know, some loads are tough to tie down too. You're always looking, geez, did I get enough on there? And it's, you know?
how do you like the variety? Do you like having the same thing every day, or do you like the variety of freight that we offer?
No, I like the variety.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what a part of that makes it enjoyable for you?
Well, just, you know what, for me, it's kind of the excitement of not knowing what's coming up next. You know, looking at my loads and seeing how much am I going to make off this and where am I going next, you know, I kind of like that myself
Feels like a
personally. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's an adventure to me.
Would you be cool with us, like, maybe after lunch, grabbing some photos with your truck?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And your doggo?
Sure.
Awesome. I'm so excited for your dog.
He made a big impression on one of the safety people
Really?
down there last time I was here. She loved him. She says,
Vicky was like, this dog, you have to meet him.
I don't think he hasn't met him yet either.
Oh, really?
No, I just,
She said she's too busy and she's so
yeah,
upset.
I've only been, since I got him, I've only been here like once or twice.
Okay.
So,
Actually, that begs the question. So could you just give me the rundown on your experience here at corporate, like your impression of the physical location, the people here, how you're treated?
oh yeah, it's,
Talk to me about that.
sure, I think it's, I've been treated great, you know. The place is easy to get in and out of, free lunch when you're here, so, you know, that's a bonus. Everyone's really nice, you know, no one's ever said any, you know, been snide or any, you know.
I think we respect our drivers very
Yeah,
much here.
right, yeah, I mean, I have actually nothing to complain about this company at all. I tell people, other drivers that when,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of people ask me, how is it, I tell them it's great, you know.
Yeah. You're happy.
I have no complaints.
Do you cook in your truck?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
So why do you cook in your truck?
Because the restaurant, I'm so sick of restaurant food, I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah. What about the restaurant food, like in general, makes you not want to eat that?
It's, most of it's fast food and garbage, you know, I do have to eat it. God, I got a Boston accent, huh?
So it's just like, it feels unhealthy.
Yeah, and it just, you never feel good after eating it, you know? I mean, I like Texas Roadhouse, I go out to once in a while, you know?
That's not fast food,
No.
Yeah, of course you want to treat yourself, but
Yeah.
on the regular, you just
Yeah,
have
I
like
usually
a
cook.
cooktop
I
or what?
cook. I got a microwave and I just got a toaster oven. I don't have it in the truck right now, but I had a crock pot. And,
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
you know, it's just hard to clean this stuff. So it's like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so I kind of
How
took
do you
it.
even do that?
I just rinsed it out with water and paper towels. You know,
Oh, maybe
bowl,
you can do
like-
those liners.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Try
good
that out.
idea. Yeah, well, I don't have it in the truck right now, but I got a microwave. I just bought a hot plate
Nice.
and
Yeah.
a pan so I can
boil.
boil spaghetti
Okay.
and rice and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you just like do a big haul at like a grocery store and just have like a
Yep.
cabinet full of food?
Yep, I have plenty. I usually have enough food in my truck to last a week or so.
Okay.
You know, with the dog I had to buy water, so I have like I buy 10 gallons at a time.
So is there anything that you think would be important to say to like a driver like thinking about coming to ATS to close?
I think it's a good company to work for, and like I said earlier, if you want to go home every weekend, it's not the place. I don't think being an over-the-road truck driver is, if you want to be home every weekend, it's not the job.
Yeah.
You know, you got to stay out for a few weeks to make some money, at least 3-4 weeks
Okay.
at a time.
That's okay.
You know, other than that, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good place to work. It's probably one of the best companies. I mean, I haven't been to a lot of trucking companies, but I've been
Right.
for a few.
Well, we're glad you're happy.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy here.
Good.
So,
All right.
no complaints.
Good. That's all I got.
And that wasn't for the camera.
Promise?